this is Dr. Cruz from Podiatry, and today we have a juicy abscess that we're about to drain. This patient is a diabetic, and unfortunately he apparently went to a pedicurist, and they apparently put a cheese grater on the top of his foot to get rid of dead skin, and ended up cutting his foot, and then subsequently he got infected, and now he's here with this abscess that's kind of deep. On MRI, it showed that the abscess was on the 3rd and 4th metatarsal, so around that area, superficial to it. So that's what we're going to drain right now. We made the incision, the initial incision, and if you want to zoom in on this, you can start seeing the pus coming out of this bad boy. So here it comes. Thank you for getting that out of the way. I'll just try to keep the field as clean as possible. And hopefully none of this gets on my camera. So we're also going to take a culture of this just to make sure that ID has the right antibiotic spectrum going on. Nope. I'm trying to be nice so that we don't just spray the whole area. That wouldn't be fun for any of the staff here. I can already start feeling the deficit. Ooh, that was close. That's not my intention. I do not want to do that. Although it's good for TV, but not for practical reasons. There we go. So I guess a word to the wise is be careful with your pedicures, especially if you're diabetic. Diabetics inherently heal poorly. So if you have any kind of nick or scratch or anything, you put yourself at risk for developing something of this nature. A lot of the times we see young women, mostly 26, somewhere around there, getting pedicures done, and they subsequently get ingrown toenails that are infected because they dig too deep, and they basically get cut and get the skin area insulted by one of the tools that the pedicurist uses, and then causes a wound, and then that wound gets infected. Because as a 26-year-old, we all know we're invincible. Nothing bad happens in our 20s. We're getting there. I haven't even started with the hemostat yet, so. Oh, nope, you're good, you're good. Controlled, sort of. This patient's gonna feel better immediately after the draining all this. I don't like the look of the necrotic tissue, but the pulses were present with a Doppler. If I see any changes in the skin in this area, big changes, then I'm obviously gonna consult Vascular to maybe improve his blood flow. Sorry for blocking your view there, but all right, let's go in with the stat, see where it tracks. So usually you go in and you check to make sure that you're not missing any of the sinus tracts, meaning the way the infection grew. So I kind of poke around in a clockwise fashion to see how far the infection went. And it's looking like it's pretty localized to the area of the skin changes. Yep, so it's not moving past that mark right there. That's good. We don't want it to. Looks pretty good. This one goes a little further. The tip of my hemostat's actually right here. So that's good right there. And then we check deep too. I don't want to make a hole, but I just push gently down in the area of the wound to see where it tracks, because the pocket may be deeper than what appears on MRI. So it goes a little deep, but not too far. I can still feel the soft tissue in there, barrier. So that's good. There. And then at the end of this all, we're gonna flush the heck out of it with some saline. And that's just soft tissue coming out. That's actually necrotic dead tissue as well, just from the inside. It looks like that's all she wrote for the pus. So pretty much now we're gonna irrigate the heck out of it.
Culture first?
Oh, culture for sure, but I'm gonna irrigate it right after. Yep. Oh, you can pause. Got rid of some of the necrotic tissue. There's quite a big of a deficit here, so I'm gonna pack that wound for 24 hours with this new gauze. And so basically it's just a nice drainage slash gauze to absorb any exudate that comes out of the wound. And then tomorrow, most likely, I will place a wound vac on this wound to essentially create more beefy red tissue, more granular tissue underneath this, so it fills in the gap. We do not want any spaces, because that's just waiting for some kind of infection to happen to build up fluid and cause more infection. So the wound vac should take care of that and grow the tissue, or help grow the tissue and get rid of any kind of excess fluid that may be leaking out of this foot, this wound. The antibiotics are going to be continued. They may be adjusted if something comes back with the deeper culture, because I don't think they did a deep culture when they initially admitted him. I think it was superficial, so that may not be the most accurate way to culture. I know infectious disease guidelines say deep cultures are the way to go, so that's what we did. I'm not going to take any bone for biopsy since there's none exposed. I can see it, but I can't. It's not. The infection did not move into the bone, as confirmed by MRI as well. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to pack it, and then tomorrow I'll check it and see if I have to stick a wound vac on there. Most likely I will, because that'll be the fastest way for him to heal. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Dr. Cruz from Healthy Feet Podiatry signing off and asking you to subscribe to our channel. I think we're up to 74,000 viewers now. So we want to keep growing to 100. And with your help, we can do that. And we're also at Healthy Feet Podiatry on Instagram if you want to check out our Instagram videos there as well. We'll see you guys next time.